What's up, Michelle here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about coping with change. And this is a video that people voted for, because I always ask all of my followers what video should I do next, and most people voted for this. So here we go. Change. It's difficult for most humans, and that's because we're creatures of habit. We all like our little certain ways of doing things. And that could be how many sugars we're having our tea or coffee. That could be watching our favourite TV show. That could be our favourite hoodie. That could be the way we sleep in a certain position when we go to bed. We all like to have our own little routine, our own way of getting a sense of control. And, when that's taken away from us, it can really cause a lot of pain. I mean, I've got my own little personal thing that I do. I always get up, I always have a shower, I always play music while I have a coffee in the bathroom. And it's just my happy place. I think about the day ahead and it's something I look forward to. I look forward to it. It's not the only thing I look forward to, but it is a constant. It's something that I always do, no matter what. No matter where I am, I always do it. Shower, coffee, music. And I think holding on to certain things, like, it's not good to do the same thing every day for the rest of your life, because that'd be boring. Who wants that? I mean, some people are like that. And, I'm not going to be like what that. But I think holding on to little one or two things wherever you go helps cope with a massive change or loss. For instance, a death, or an abusive situation, or depression, or loss of a job, or, financial burden, evictions. Holding on to a little bit of a routine can really help. I mean, what I mean is, I've been in a homeless hostel and it was fucking horrific. It really was horrific. People banging on my doors at all hours, asking for money, people doing heroin in the hallway, blasting music, people escorting in the bedrooms next to me. It was loud and it was unsettling. How I coped with that, again, I had my routine. I had my shower, I had my music, I had my coffee, and I tried to take as much of my old routine into the new routine. So I still watched the same programs that I did while I was in there, my room. I did my same hobbies, I did my poetry, I played my video games. I even tried to still study while I was in there, although not successfully. It's tough, but you need to hold on to something, but on the other side of things, change can be a really good thing. Change can be really good because it's like, who wants to stay the same forever? Who doesn't want to grow? Who doesn't want to, improve as a person? That's what you need to think to yourself. You need to think that, do I actually want to improve? Because change is inevitable. Change really is inevitable. And it's uncomfortable, but you will change. A lot of people, unfortunately, in this life are sheep. They just do things to please other people. They just do things, they don't do things to make themselves happy. They do things, they say stuff that they think, oh yeah, other people are going to like that. And they do what everyone else is doing to follow the crowd. But you know what? What I always say to people, don't follow the crowd because the crowd's lost. Be you, be yourself and be free. Like my hair at the moment, just taking out that, it's like, we need to, you need to remember that change. It really is, it can be a good thing. It mostly is a good thing. I've changed over the years, I was never as calm and as collected and as thoughtful as I am now. I used to be quite chaotic and hectic. Just 5 years ago, I was in and out of a prison and mental hospitals and police stations, self-harming and slicing myself, drinking, doing drugs. I was really quite a mess, and I was, criminalised and punished for it, actually, which is another story, which a lot of you probably know. But, despite that, I've never given up. Another thing that I mention in this change video is the fact that I moved to West Yorkshire from Hull. And I just did it. I planned it, but I didn't really take anything with me because I couldn't really. You can't take a cooker and you can't necessarily take absolutely everything because I didn't really have the money for transport and I didn't really have anywhere like a big enough place. I moved to Bradford and I literally packed a suitcase and took that. I lost all my white goods, I lost sofas and stuff, but I thought, at the end of the day, I need to get out of the area, what's more important, for me, what's more important, is it staying in a city where I've got, a nice house, or actually moving to a place where I feel safer and where I feel like my opportunities are gonna grow. I just knew that I needed to get out of Hull. An incident did occur in Bradford, but I got moved to Leeds and I've got my own house, which is really quite nice now. I've just done it up. Just spent a few £1,000s on this house, so it really is nice. And I've got a sense of purpose and comfort, so that change was needed. God knows what I'd be doing if I was just sat there literally in Hull now. A lot of people said to me, oh, well, you can't move, but I did. I just went on Rightmove, I found somewhere that was like a student place that took on, and I got a room and just moved. You need to do it, and sometimes people just don't take opportunities when they happen, but change is inevitable. Sometimes people outgrow people. For instance, like relationships, Last year and this year, I got rid of a lot of... Well, last year, I got rid of a lot of people that I didn't think I'd ever get rid of, And that's because I realised boundaries. I realised that I don't want those people treating me like that. I don't want to be abused like that. I don't want people just using me and coming in and saying those horrible things to me. And I got rid of them, and it was difficult at first. But it got easier. And that's a change. That's a good change because that's a change of boundaries. That's me actually respecting myself more and loving myself more and saying, you know what, I don't want that shit. You don't speak to me like that. And that's a good change. That's the way you need to think about change because it isn't necessarily a bad thing. Change, whether it's an eviction, whether it's a money problem, it always teaches us something, When I lost my first girlfriend, it taught me about pain. It taught me about love. It taught me about boundaries, and I overstepped her boundaries and I realised what I did wrong. And I realised a lot about myself, and a lot of these questions are answered sometimes in change. But sometimes change helps us to ask more questions about ourselves. Like, why have I allowed that person to be in my life for so long? Oh, I didn't have much self-confidence, but I do now. Stuff like that. Or why was I working in a shop for all those years when I didn't want to be? Oh, well, I guess I've got the confidence now to go and do something else. Or I've actually realised that I'm good at something else. So I've actually got the courage to do it, or whatever. We can't be afraid of change because change is inevitable. Change happens all the time. Like this coronavirus. This is kind of impacted every human's life. And, it will for a long time. This horrible Tory government's been in power for God knows how long. And that's, unfortunately, something that we're having to deal with, Loss, evictions, abuse, they're all horrible things. Really are horrible things. But we do get over them and we do grow as people, After everything I've been through, I always tell people nothing stays the same forever. Even the sun will burn out, even this galaxy will be ripped apart. By entropy, it'll just flatline. life goes on, you know, and life is painful and life is difficult and life really is quite lonely and horrible at times, but it's fucking beautiful as well. It really is. You know, I don't believe in all that reincarnation and stuff like that. I mean, it's okay if you do, but I don't. And I do believe that once you die, you die. So I always like to live life as if it's my last week or my last day, you know? Because you never know when you're going to go. You never know what's going to happen next. And that is life. Change is inevitable. So you can't be sat there ruining about, oh, you know, it might not be the same next week. It won't be the same in a month's time. It won't be the same in a year's time. People change and people grow. Sometimes best friends just don't speak to each other anymore. And that's a horrible change, but it is life. It happens. Married couples divorce. You know, people get illnesses. You know, people have accidents. It's painful, but it's inevitable. And we have to understand that change helps us in a way. It forces us to look at difficult questions. And once you're actually able to realise and actually start thinking about some of those questions, you'll start to realise that change is human. Anyway, I think I'm going to go now because I need to put some lip silk on my lips because they're really painful. Anyway, thank you for listening. If you're new, I am Michelle Therese, published author, motivational coach and counsellor. I offer sessions currently on a Monday and a Tuesday. At the date of this video, it might have changed. Go to michelletherese.com or text me, number in the description, or email me, whatever you would prefer, and I will offer you a free discovery introduction session. If not, that's absolutely fine. I'll continue uploading these motivational videos for all to see. I hope this has helped. You know, I'm sorry for your loss. Sorry for what you're going through, the eviction or whatever. You know, I'm not downgrading it at all. I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is that there's always a plus side of change. And you'll be a stronger, better, wiser person because of change. You cannot stay the same forever. Have a good night, morning, day, whatever. Good night and thank you for listening. Until next time, Michelle.